What is up, Edison Duelists? This is Dionysus, aka Young Puds, coming at you guys with some more shameless, hype beast, Gigavise content. Well, what are we up to today? I want to show off this replay that I played yesterday. I was on the Young Punts account messing around with Millivise, the milling kind of variant of Gigavise. You can see that that's what we're on. We have Lila and Limit Reverse in our opening hand, and I ran into Crystal Beast. And I gotta say, folks, this deck is really, really cool. So I want to show you guys this match, and we can hopefully see just how cool Crystal Beast is in Edison format. Maybe it's worth another look. Let's find out what we think about that. So we do get to go first, and we draw Charge for turn, which is going to be really fantastic. Unfortunately, we'll get 3 underwhelming mills, and we will pick up a Raikou since we already have Lila. I do like having the 1 Raikou and 2 Lila with Charge. I think just having a little bit of flexibility ends up being really, really nice. And, Raikou being a level 2, if it sticks around, having an extra level 2 body can be pretty relevant. It's another way to make Mistworm. You can maybe make Colossal Fighter Armory Arm lines a little bit easier with something like this. So definitely a fan of having the 1 Raikou in the deck. So we're just going to set Raikou, set the Limit Reverse. Again, very unfortunate. If we had milled a plant, a Lone Fire, something like that, Limit Reverse would be going crazy right now. But that's not the case. So our opponent's going to go ahead and hit us with the Upstart Goblin, summon Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk's effect is going to bring out Rescue Cat. I'm seeing a Dark World Dealings, I'm seeing Rescue Cat at this point, so, I don't really know what's going on. And then he busts out that Amethyst Cat, and I'm thinking, whoa, what is going on here? I'll be honest, I never really thought of playing Rescue Cat with Crystal Beast, but, I haven't really thought of Crystal Beast all that much anyways. So he's going to bring out the Arcanite Magician, which is going to be real bad for us. That's just going to completely clear our board. The good news is that since he's committing to Crystal Beast, he's at least not going to rip anything out of our hand. So Amethyst Cat does get loaded up into the graveyard. We draw a Heavy Storm, and hopefully that'll be useful in a little bit. I want to maybe let him, load up his back row with some more Crystal Beast, then we'll fire that Heavy Storm. I'll use a Hidden Armory, and then I try and summon Lila, and our opponent wisely points out that, well, you just used Hidden Armory. You can't normal summon. And he's right. He's right. It wasn't malicious. I'm just a little bit of a moron, Anyways, here comes the Sapphire Pegasus. Always good to see for Crystal Beasts. He's going to get the little Ruby Carbuncle out, which is the big threat. Once this gets special summoned, then you just get to flood the board with all your Crystal Beasts. So he's then going to go ahead and set up the Rainbow Ruins, and now he's going to drop Card Destruction. I guess he's playing these discard outlets just to kind of move through his deck and find some things a little bit better. Makes sense, and we're going to get a new shot at a new hand. Our old hand was nice because we had Supervise and Miracle Furt going, but I think I like this hand a little bit better. Brain Control, we contribute for Gigaplant. Mark of the Rose, Return has some nice synergy, so we'll take that 1800. And then we'll get another card for turn. And we do pick up a Titanial, which is a little unfortunate. If we had another plant engrave, we could Brain Control, Mark, steal both, and tribute for Titanial, but instead we'll just have to Brain Con, steal the Sapphire Pegasus, and then tribute it for Gigaplant to get that Arcanite Magician off the field. So we'll set another one, and then our opponent is going to draw. He'll pick up a Swords of Revealing Light. So lots of kind of stall cards, just trying to slow the game down. I think that makes sense. Crystal Beast has access to all these really good, spells and traps, but they just need some time to kind of get their engine going. So I see what he's up to with this list. Very, very cool. He's going to go ahead and Crystal Promise, try and summon Sapphire Pegasus, but no, Crystal Promise summons one of your monsters from your back row, not one from your graveyard. So he's going to go ahead and admit defeat after that. I think that's fair. We're kind of in a pretty commanding position. Torrential Tribute is probably going to slow us down, but he seems to be in a little bit of trouble, and we're on the upswing here. So that's going to be game 1. Unfortunate how it ends with that kind of misplay, but what can we say? So let's go into game 2 and see what our opponent can hit us with. It looks like he's sided in Needle Ceilings, which is very scary for us. Needle Ceiling seems cool in Crystal Beast because it's going to put your Crystal Beasts that get destroyed by it into the spell and trap zone, which is of course what you want because that lets you use these crazy cards like Crystal Abundance. This card is really scary to see there. No two ways about that. So we're going to go ahead and hit an Armory, hope to hit a Lone Fire. Instead, we just mill a second Debris Dragon, which is not so great. I'm not setting the limit reverse here because with a hand like this, I think I just need to get to hand size, discard the Gigaplant, then I can bring it back with Furt and at least get Titanial onto the field just to have some level of interaction. Unfortunately for us, here comes the Rescue Cat, and he is going to get out the Airbellum, which is going to rip a card out of our hand. We can only hope that he does go ahead and rip something like Gigaplant. He rips Debris Dragon, which isn't ideal, but also it could be a lot worse, I think. We'll take a total of 3,000 points of damage. He's going to end, and that's going to be it for Airbellum and Amethyst Cat. We're going to pick up Card Trooper, which I think is a fantastic draw. It's going to go really well in Limit Reverse. All we have to do is hit something relevant. We hit a Mobius, which I had sided in, thinking, okay, I'll just sweep away all your little crystal beasts. But unfortunately, we're milling it, and that is too much attack points to bring back off Limit Reverse. The good news is Limit Reverse can bring back Card Trooper, so if nothing else, we'll just get a lot of draws with that. That seems like a good plan. So he's going to go ahead and Crystal Beacon. That's going to be very good. It's going to set up his Sapphire Pegasus to load up another Crystal Beast into his back row. So now he's got 4. That Crystal Abundance is live if he gets a free Spell and Trap card zone open. He's also just going to go ahead and run right over our Card Trooper. So we're going to pick up 1-for-1 for turn, which is a really fantastic draw, I think. And we'll go ahead and destroy Needle Stealing. And now we're going to go ahead and Limit Reverse, bring back Card Trooper, and then go ahead and mill 1, 2, 3. We do, in fact, mill a Gigaplant, which is really, really nice, because now we can discard the Titanial to bring out Cyber Valley here. And this is a little questionable, folks. I think, actually, looking at this now, what you want to do is bring out a little bit of a Copy Plant, and then maybe Tribute Summon the Gigaplant over the or even over the Copy Plant, and then just start looping Power Tool Dragons. All you have to do is hit 1 Supervise. If you hit the 2/3 and then you just hit a Mark of the Rose on one of the next 2, then you can steal the Sapphire Pegasus, and that would have been 8,000 damage. But that's the thing with 1-for-1. Oftentimes the line where you bring out Copy Plant seems a little underwhelming because it's so exciting to bring out a Cyber Valley and start drawing cards. And, you know, at the very least, the good news is that maybe I could draw a Lone Fire or something like that. And I, at the very least, have Miracle Fertilizer into Gigaplant. But I think if we're looking for a high roll, we should have just gone for Copy Plant and tried to win like that. Then we still have the Fertilizer coming at us for next turn. But nevertheless, I made my bed, so now I must lie in it. So we're going to swing in for 24 and 28, and now I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like, wow, I'm in so much control of the game. Everything's over for my opponent, and he's going to hit us with the Crystal Abundance, which is not so good for us. There goes our entire field. Gigaplant comes back off of Supervise. But is that really going to matter when he has a field full of powerful Crystal Beast monsters? Well, I'm thinking, hey, all of these seem smaller than 2,400. I don't really care that you're, loading your graveyard back up with, or your back row back up with Sapphire Pegasus. He wonders if it misses timing, but as far as I know, it doesn't here because Supervise and Sapphire Pegasus are both activating in the window after Crystal Abundance resolves. And the last thing that happened there is Sapphire Pegasus being summoned. But he does have this Crystal Release, Spell and Trap equip, which is going to let him get over our Gigaplant with his Sapphire Pegasus. So that is going to be GG. So definitely a big mistake there with the 1-for-1. But let's see if this game 3, either of us can just play properly and, the better duelist will just win. What is this? Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings. Oh, so you can special summon it if you have 3 Crystal Beasts in your back row. So it's like a mini Rainbow Dragon, I guess, but probably a little better. When this card inflicts battle damage. Hand attack, very good. Whoa, and you draw 1 card. So you're going +2 if it inflicts battle damage? And then you can bring it back by getting rid of... Wow. This is crazy. I've never seen this card before, but this card is absolutely nuts. Looks like it's a little tough to get onto the field. But wow, what a cool card. Anyways, we have gone ahead and opened 1-for-1 with Dandelion. So we are going to go ahead and combo off here. I do see correctly that we have a line with some guaranteed gas, since we have that Lone Fire in hand if we bring out the Copy Plant. So we'll Lone Fire for Gigaplant. Copy Plant becomes 6, so we can make our guaranteed search for Supervise with Power Tool Dragon. This is great because both of our hidden armories are going to continue to be live. So here comes Supervise. We'll put that on our Gigaplant, bring out Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom is going to summon out Titanial, and then we are going to pass on that. Let's be honest, folks. Looking at that Needle Sealing in hand, I did see a Needle Sealing last game. Stardust was probably correct there, but you know, I'm not a perfect person. So he's going to go ahead and put up the Messenger of Peace to slow us down, and then put Needle Sealing onto the board. We're going to draw a Sangan, which is a little late. We've already got Lone Fire in the mix. There goes Needle Sealing, and we are going to bring out our Gigaplant. So now we've got a little bit of a tough situation to try and dig ourselves out of, but with 2 Hidden Armory and a Gigaplant already on field, we are in a good spot to do it. So we'll go ahead and bring out Lone Fire Blossom, tributing the Gigaplant to summon a second Gigaplant here. That's right, folks. And then we're going to use Supervise to bring back Gigaplant. We use Hidden Armory to get Supervise back out of our graveyard, and now we put Supervise on this Gigaplant, which was just summoned back. This is the first Gigaplant, used its effect, got tributed for Lone Fire, and now it's back on the field. And then we are going to go ahead and bring out Copy Plant. Copy Plant is going to copy Lone Fire's level to become a 6. There goes Brionac, and then we're going to use Brionac to discard Sangan, put Supervise back in our hand. Not the Messenger of Peace just yet, hold it. Now we use the Supervise, equipping it to Gigaplant. We'll bring out Titanial, and now we can use Brionac to bounce the Messenger of Peace with the last card. So that's going to be GG. Fun little fancy Brionac line there to get through it. Not worried about Gores against Crystal Beast. I don't think any Crystal Beast player has any reason to justify playing Gores. So that's the game. We did win. We did win. So I'm sorry if I clickbaited you talking about how cool Crystal Beast is at the start of the video, and then I dunk on them anyways, but it really is a cool deck. It really is a cool deck. I think it's really, really awesome, especially now looking at the replay and seeing this Dragon Queen of Tragic Ending cards. That's a really cool card. Definitely, definitely worth exploring, I think. So that's the match. We've still got a little bit of time, and I had so much fun with Millivize in that replay, watching it go off. Let's just jump onto ladder and play a little bit more of it. So maybe we'll run into Crystal Beasts again. Wouldn't that be crazy? Let's see what our opponent here is up to. This is Ed Marzes. We'll hit him with a tasteful GLHF. And, okay. Us. I think he means you too. Yeah, look at that. I'm psychic. What do we do here? Probably just set Sangan, right? Probably just set Sangan. Hopefully we get to Lone Fire Blossom. Ooh. Okay. You can take 200, sir. I think he did that because he thought this might be a Raikou. I think the Young Punts account is nice. It's a little less notorious. I swear, everyone that I run into knows I'm on Gigavice on my main account. It's at the point, and I shouldn't complain about this because that means that people are watching the videos and enjoying them, and everyone has nice things to say. But it's really like a coin flip, where like every other game I run into, someone is just like, oh, hello, it's Gigavice, and maybe it's good practice to, you know, like know what your opponent is, but you know, I'm kind of excited for YCS Providence. Maybe at least for the first few rounds, no one's gonna know what I'm playing, and maybe I'll get a little bit of that Gigavice surprise factor. Because I gotta say, that is really when Gigavice is at its best, when no one knows that that's what you're on. I've been talking too much. What do we do here? You think there's a deep prison back there? I'm thinking. Calm down. I feel like there's a Caius coming. I feel like there's a Caius coming. How about this? How about we just swing? Okay, no deep prison. I'll set Gardna. I already have Dandelion that I want to discard. I really want the Sangan to resolve. I really want the Sangan to resolve, but if he has to go minus to put a Caius on the field with Plague Spreader Zombie, I'll tolerate that. Let's see here, folks. Infernities in Edison format. Very cool. Okay. Sure. That's a Necrogardna. We wanted that in the graveyard. Oh, I feel like he's too smart to attack my Sangan. I feel like I might have to do it myself. I also feel like maybe I'm going to get to Heavy Storm. Like, okay, you attack my Dandelion and then I get 2 tokens. Then I can Heavy Storm. And if there is a Caius or something, then, you know, use Cyber Valley with the tokens. But I'm kind of hoping that I get the 2 tokens out and then I contribute the Sangan and 1 token for the Titanial. That's the hope here. I would Heavy Storm before I did that, but that's the hope. All right, here comes Plague. You can use Bryanak to empty his hand. Oh boy. Oh, Upstart. That's nice, and I bet that's an Archfiend. Yeah, all right. That's pretty cool. And now he gets to add any Infernity card from his deck to his hand. He gets Necromancer. That makes sense. And then we Synchro Summoned for 6. For Bryo here. Okay. Normal Summon Necromancer. Necromancer effect. Here comes Archfiend. We have Necrogardna, so maybe we're just not immediately dead. Man, I don't like Infernity. I don't like looking at them. I don't like they are clearly, you know, the work of the devil. I don't want to see him. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to think about him. None of that, you know. Um. Hmm. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna let this all through. Do I? Maybe I want to get that Cyber Valley off. No, we'll stop there. That's fine. I should have crashed with the Sangan last turn. Jeez. Oh, see, now there's a DDR. That's rough. Okay, Heavy Storm. No break. Jar of Greed. That's fine. All right. We're clawing our way back into this. Hmm. Is it maybe? I mean, Bryanak. Oh gosh, there's another Archfiend. Can I even get the Necromancer off the field? I don't know, folks. Maybe we just have to hit an armory and hope that we mill something good. Oh, what am I talking about? What? There's a Bryanak. There's literally, I'm looking at a Bryanak on the field. Duh. Hit an armory. Mill. That's fine. And we can get our way to Mark of the Rose. Yeah. Okay, this is fine. And now we can Mark of the Rose. Banish Dandy. Take your Bryo. Now we can clog up your hand too. Wow, this seems like really good all of a sudden. Yeah, this seems really good. Because we can go discard this. And let's put Archfiend back in your hand. And then for Titanial, swing over both. Bryo effect, discard Valley. Or discard Sangan. Yeah. Okay. And we'll bring out Titanial. This is cool. You know, it's not Crystal Beast, but we're definitely seeing some underexplored strategies in Edison format here today. Um, that's gonna go over that. This can go over that. Then main phase 2. Here's a question. If I target Bryo and Mark of the Rose, do I get to keep Mark of the Rose? Probably not. Okay, executive decision. Sandgan's going to be too slow. So I'm going to get rid of it. Who knows? Maybe that's incorrect. What can I say? It just Sangan just feels like it's going to be too slow. So you've set 2 and then you still have Archfiend in your hand. Okay. I would like Dandelion on the field, please. Do you think it's worth DDRing for Dandelion here? I mean, we only play the one Mark of the Rose. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how much more value we're going to get. Torrential would be bad for us. But it wouldn't even be that bad. And this plays around Deep Prison. And it's going to get the Debris live, which I think that's going to end up being really necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. What do you have? You have Torrential? Of course not. You have Mirror Force? Of course not. Yeah, this screams of Deep Prison, folks. And that's it. Okay, go ahead. Look at that. 31, too. He's got to commit something to the field, or we just win. He's got it. Yeah, he's just going to put the Archfiend out there. That's fine. We take 1,500. We get 2 tokens. Titanial stops break. But we do still have to worry about, what's the other one? Infernity Barrier. Okay. So maybe not, because he's just moving on. What do we want to side here? Is DD Crow seems good, right? I don't know, that's probably too much stuff. Let's do the Monarch package. That seems fun. Side out the Lightsworn stuff. I don't know. I never really get to do the Monarch stuff, the Soul Exchange and all that. So I want to see it work. I want to get there. You know. I wanna make it happen, Captain. That was a fun game. Last game, incidentally, we found our way to a win with no Lone Fire Blossom. I mean, it's against Infernities, so like I know, I'll calm down. And we had Heavy Storm for the blowout, but still, you know. And what does he do? Top deck Archfiend here. That'd be crazy. Okay, so here we 1-for-1 with the Dandelion for Cyber Valley because I want to dig for a sweeper. That's what I'm thinking. I know that we have like a copy plant line, but that seems too committal into 4 back row. And I mean, I know that there's probably like a break or a barrier, and those are a little bit dead, but I'm believing that we are going to find what we're looking for. Use Cyber Valley's effect. Banish, draw. Those are not particularly good draws. I want to say it again. Those are not particularly good draws. I kind of want to greed out, folks. I kind of want to greed out and hit an armory for the the Cyber Valley again, but that can't be correct. Is it just Lone Fire effect? It's Summon Titanial here, and we have Limit Reverse, which is good at least. Bottomless? Bottomless? Mirror Force? None of the above. Okay, all right. Let's go, folks. We are in the driver's seat. That's where we are. Some people ask me where I am, where I'm going, where I've been, and all I gotta tell them is, hey, I'm in the driver's seat, you know? All right, Necromancer, that's pretty good there. You get to special summon Archfiend, and then Archfiend lets you add an Infernity card. So if you could get Barrier here. Is Barrier legal in Edison? I don't even know. I don't know when any of these cards came out. Maybe Barrier isn't legal in Edison. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't think Stygian Street Patrol is legal. I think there's a lot of the Infernity package that is just not a thing in Edison. So there comes Upstart. 2 cards in hand. Yeah, that's fine. There goes my token. So now you probably have like a Compulse or something, right? Is there any reason to limit reverse now? Yeah, what if that is a set MST? Oh, it's okay. The Dust Tornado already. Alright, that's fine too. Yep, you're good. You're good. Ooh, hello. Hello, folks. Do you see that? That is a giant Trunade. That's not a small Trunade. That's actually a very large, gigantic Trunade. I think it's just swing over Necromancer, hit an Armory for Supervised Pass. That seems good. Deprison. Okay. All right. I guess. We're still fine. Your deck sucks. You can't OTK me. You cannot do it. It cannot be done. You think you have the tools, you think you have the skills, the capacity to OTK me, but I'm here to tell you that you do not. Jar of Greed. You can jar my greed. Look at that. 3,600. We take that all day, folks. That's what we do. We take it all day. And, okay, we've drawn DDR. That's very good. But let's go ahead and resolve this Trunade. No barrier. So you're either not drawing barrier or it's not legal in Edison format. We're going to have to find out. And I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments. We're also going to find out at the end of the video, though. But by all means, still, you know, please comment. Go ahead. Okay, so we can do some crazy stuff here, actually. Thinking something like Bonefire effect for a Gigaplante. Supervise for Lone Fire effect for Copy Plant. And here, if we miss and hit the Mark of the Rose, that's okay because we have the DDR. So our plans can still come to fruition. But man, oh man, are things going to be nasty if we don't miss. If we hit here, you're in trouble, dog. Okay, so we missed. So now I actually have to think. Okay, that's fine though, because we can do something like what is it? It's gonna be Mark of the Rose, banish, probably Titanial. Unless I want another tuner. No, banish. Wait. 18 plus. Oh, we just don't have enough cards. That's what sucks. Hmm. Maybe I didn't think this through. I want like one more card in my hand. Everything costs too many cards. Because I want to win this turn. I want to win this turn. Power tool. Man. Maybe we don't get to win this turn. I'm thinking I missed. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick here. Give me a second. Oh wait, no, this is fine. Because we can just Mark of the Rose, banish. Good old-fashioned Titanial. Steal your Infernity Archfiend. DDR. Pump that. Bring back. Maybe we want the Valley. Maybe we want the Valley. No. Okay. All right. Fine. And then it's just not going to be quite game, but that's fine. Like one more card, and we'd be in business. One more card, and we would be in business. But instead, we are not. Instead, we are not. We will have to settle for almost game. Oh, look at this. If I had an Infernity card in my deck, I could get its effect off here. But I do not have an Infernity card in my deck. Instead, you're going to live on 800 life points. I'm going to put this under there just so I don't forget. And yeah, this is fine. What are you going to do? You must have had to draw into Mirror Force if that's your out. Needle Stealing seems bad. Yeah, one more card, and we would have been able to make Bryo to clear the Necromancer. That's okay though. All right, one set here. What is it? Morphing Jar number 2. I scoff at Morphing Jar number 2. No, I can't do that. I don't have Sorry, not enough targets because I'm only playing one of each equip. Feels bad, man. I should probably put some stuff in defense here. I'll put you in defense. I'll put you in defense because you've got a butt. Goyo attacks. Goyo attacks. Right into Mirror Force. Right into the Mirror Force. Goyo attacks. Deprison. Negate. It's Krebens. It's destroyed. I attack directly for game. And you have a second Deprison. No. Alright, GG. Cool deck. Let's find out if Infernity Barrier is legal in Edison. Infernity. There is no barrier. Okay, so then why would you... There's not even break? So why are we playing the deck? There's no launcher, there's no break, there's no barrier. The deck is bad. There's no reason to play it. No, that's not good. I mean, that's a cool card, but I don't think it's good. Dwarf? Yeah, okay. I don't know, there's something that just seems like always off about the Infernity art. And I feel like a big part of it is it's like a lot of these cards, they don't really. I don't know how to put it, but like, I don't know. It feels like they don't really go together. Like, look at Archfiend here. He's kind of got this like blue stuff on him. Like, he's very colorful, you know? And then compare that to like Necromancer, which looks like it looks like a Skull Servant card, you know? And then like they just seem, and maybe that's the point, but like they just don't seem very unified in their aesthetic. Like Dwarf, I don't know, like every single card seems just like weirdly like out of place, and they just like make me feel uneasy at like a visceral level. Um, I mean, like even here on launcher, like they've had to like really change like the color of Archfiend's get up stuff to make it look like it belongs next to Avenger. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just being crazy here. Maybe I'm being a little delulu, as they say. My coworker said delulu the other day, and I remembered that that was a word that we say sometimes these days. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Shameless Hypebeast Gigavice content. I know I certainly had a good time playing these two matches. I think Infernities, now that we've looked at the legal card pool, terrible in Edison format. Don't do that, dude. Crystal Beast, however, very cool. High potential that that Dragon Queen, you know, make your opponent lose cards from their hand, draw cards yourself. That seems really promising. I think there's a future there. I think it's worth looking at. If you have a good Crystal Beast list, please send it my way. Other than that, folks, I will see you guys tomorrow with some more Shameless Hypebeast Gigavice content. This has been Dionysus, aka Young Puds, signing off.